All right, welcome back, everybody. So just as I was just saying, today we're going to go over the homework, talk through any questions, and then what we're going to do is I do want to talk through the group test one more time, talk to you a little bit about what's going on. I want to show you what groups you're going to be in, and then I want to, I think at this point, now that I got Minnie taking this quiz, I can hand back the quizzes and let you keep those. No, you don't want it? I'll keep it. Okay. Okay, got it. So I'll hand it back to the rest of you. You guys can have it. But at that point, again, from that point on, I'm going to let you guys work on your assignment. So you should have a good 30 minutes to work on your assignment. So I got you. It's 13 problems. Anyway, you see how I underlined no calculator? Just those 3 underlying problems, don't use your calculator. Okay? Okay, so again, last night's homework, again, the hardest part was probably doing it in your calculator. And I just wanted to show you, to remind you that it's there. If you go into modules, I bet it's still within the chapter 2 module. Linear functions. Where's it at? Maybe it's in the quadratics. Did I move it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't. It's not published. Oh, what the heck? What's going on? Yeah. Okay, so it's there. It's in the 5th module. If you want the linear regression instructions, again, that's if you don't remember how to do that. That is this page with all the screenshots on it. This one. Some of you, I bet, still have that. But again, the only difference between what is on the page there to what we're doing now is instead of doing linear regression, we're doing quadratic, cubic, and quartic regression, picking out which one is the best fit by taking the R² value. All right, so go ahead and check your answers here for these problems. Here's 6 and a little bit of 8. Yeah, make sure you show the differences. Yeah, make sure you show the differences. Now, to be perfectly honest, could you just plug this in your calculator and see which one it is? Yeah, I mean, but it's good to know the difference test, because if it's truly an actual concrete equation, not like data, it should come out exact. You should get a 1 in your calculator for the regression. But your calculators only go up to quartic. This difference test will work infinitely, okay, in terms of the degree. So your calculator is stuck only up to quartic, but this really will go on forever if you want. There's number 9. So therefore, oh, sorry, let me keep scrolling down. The equation's right there. There's your equation. I wouldn't take off for rounding here. I would not go any less than hundreds. Okay? If you round it to the nearest tenth, okay, don't round to the nearest whole number by any means. But make sure you go at least out to the 100. I know if you're going out 4 decimal places, it's going to be really long. But
I went out 7.
Did you really? For real?
Yeah.
Whoa. Jennings.
Did you want to spread out the linear, quadratic, and cubic?
You didn't need to, because honestly, I'm just showing this to show you that it is indeed quartic. It was the best fit. Yeah, that's kind of the work. But honestly, you just do that in your calculator. Okay, any questions on 9 before I move on? Okay, here is 10. Again, if you forgot to scale these down, if you forgot to actually, make it years since 1990, then your numbers in your equation would be a lot bigger. The answer would still be the same. Like you would actually get 2005. You wouldn't get x equals 15. You would get 2005. Okay. So just know that. I'm sorry. You would just use 2005 to get 24.2. You wouldn't use x equals 15. But again, it's just how you want to do the problem. Questions on 10? Okay, here is number 11. Any questions on the board? Here's number 13. Oh, that. You see a note yesterday. What was the question for C?
Is there a large difference between? It just says no.
Oh.
It's like you just got tired.
Nah.
You want to do it? No.
Seeing all these handwritten answer keys up here reminds me that next year when we get all new books, I'll have to remember all of them. I mean, it's math. I like the math.
Make John they do it.
Yeah, maybe that'll be it. Maybe I'll just assign a lot less homework.
Yeah.
Just make John they do your answers.
Oh yeah, they'll be like my TAs. You guys, you could get like service hours.
Yeah.
I'll just let you do all my keys.
Actually, I'd be a horrible. So written.
What do you do?
And it had like an extended.
Mr. Wood?
He sits in there, does nothing. Mr. Wood does nothing.
But I only did four. I didn't even like read the chapter.
All right, any questions on the homework before we move on?
Mr. Robert, how was your night last night?
It was good. The academic challenge team played Perry. JV won, but varsity lost by 4 points, which means one question.
Oh. So like.
Because it's 2 points a question, and if we get it and they don't, that's like a 4-point swing,
Okay, but they lost it too.
Perry. Which Perry always plays us really well. Like they're a really good team. So.
I know, like, for the first round, they were beaten by like so many.
Yeah, I heard JV. It was funny because varsity finished before JV, so I logged into the JV match, and I didn't know the score. They didn't, post the score. It's just like handwritten. And when I logged in, Lake had gotten like 5 questions in a row, and I'm like, oh, they must be like really ahead. And then at the final, he goes, wow, man, that was a great comeback by Lake. They were down by 3 going into the last part, and now they went up by 7. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was happening. Because it was so dramatic, I didn't even know.
Yeah, because right before the lightning round, we were losing.
That's crazy. And the funny thing is, we were winning before the lightning round. We were up by 2 before the last lightning round. That Dalai Lama question got us. That was
I
it.
knew that. I was like, she got that so bad.
You know that semiconductor question?
Yeah.
Cooper said non-conductor.
Harry had that one, and they just said conductor, but he had with us, so they said.
Semiconductor.
I'm so.
Those little things.
I'll make sure they're not.
Oh well, that's okay. We got our tournament on Monday and Wednesday. All right, here we go. So group test. Let's talk about the group test a little bit. Let me show you your groups.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 4 groups, 4 people each. Here's the deal. I will. if anyone is absent tomorrow, let me start by this saying this. If anybody is absent tomorrow, you will be taking this group test on Monday with anybody that was also absent in any of the other Algebra 2 classes as well. So like, basically, if you're absent tomorrow, you come in on Monday, either fourth period or fifth period, whatever you have lunch, and you're gonna do the group test, either fourth period or fifth period, with anybody else that was out on Friday.
What if no one else was out?
That's the thing, we can't guarantee you partners if you're absent.
Just don't be a helper.
I mean, I will be a little bit more lenient when I grade it, but you know, I can't guarantee you partners if you're absent. Will there probably be partners? Yes. Yeah, but, so again, I'm never gonna tell you to come to school when you're sick, especially not this year. But, you know, just try not to oversleep and be like, oh, my alarm didn't go off, so I'm gonna come in late. Get here, you know. I don't think that's ever a problem, that's honestly. So those are your groups, 4 people per group, came out nice and even there. I like 4 people per group because then you get a lot of minds to wrap around the problems. I'm gonna show you the hint cards here. I've kind of talked to them, I've talked to you about them before. You got 3 cards, each group will get 3 cards. If you don't use them, they're bonus points at the end. No, I'm not sure exactly how much this group test is gonna be worth. It all depends on the scores. I like to kind of take the biggest score, go down a couple points, and then that's the max, which means that there's a good possibility of bonus points on it. You know, if it's out of, I don't know, 25 points, we'll make it out of 20. And then, so you can get a possibility of getting some bonus points. But yeah, so here are the cards. Yes. Group test is formative. And I'd like you guys to think about it this way. The group test is obviously more difficult than the individual test. Okay? The group test is more difficult. The group test is going to be preparation for your individual test. Let it be something that kind of like, maybe it wakes you up to a problem or type of problem you're like, wow, I really didn't understand how to do that one. I'm glad that other person knew how to do that so I could, you know, kind of ride that footstep a little bit. Then you say, okay, well, that's what I need to study for the individual test. Okay? Let it be something where it kind of wakes you up to, oh, I really need to look at this. Okay. You get 3 cards. First card is your hint card. This ticket allows you to get assistance with a problem. I will not tell you if an answer is correct or incorrect, but I will lead you in a direction of how to solve the problem. I won't tell you directly that your answer is right or wrong. I will give you direction on how to do it. It's up to you to actually figure it out. The second card is your check and answer card. This ticket allows your group to get an answer check. I will only tell you if an answer is correct or incorrect. No assistance will be given on how to solve the problem. This is kind of also like a yes or no question. Okay? I can answer a yes or no question, and that's it, and there's no follow-up. Okay? So yes, you can ask me like, is this question correct? And I will say either yes or no. But if I say no, I can't help you with that. Only one question. Not like, is all of my tests correct? And then the last ticket is a phone a friend. This ticket allows your group to pair up with one other group and work for 2 minutes. Both groups must surrender this ticket when it is used. So that means that if you have a phone a friend left, the other group must have one as well. So like group 1 can't work with group 2, and then group 1 can't work with group 3. Okay? So you have to kind of plan accordingly if you would like to use that with someone. Yes, you can say like, okay, I've got problem number 2. Does any have problem number 3? And then you can say, okay, we're going to use this card, and then I'll take it. I'll start the timer. Any questions about the hint cards? Yeah. Are there any other questions on the group test? You know, I'm going to try to get you guys started as soon as possible to give you as much time as you need. You know, I recommend there's going to be one answer sheet. There is a red calculator portion and a graphic calculator portion. I'm gonna ask you that on one side of the table, you keep the graphing calculator one, and on the other side of the table, you keep the red calculator one, so I can visually see their different colors. So I can visually see who's working on what piece at a time. So I know that there should be no graphing calculators near the no calculator portion, the red calculator portion. There's an answer sheet for the graphing calculator portion, and I didn't make it double-sided, so you could pull it apart and write your answers if you'd like to. You can always submit an additional paper, like if you do your work on a problem, on a separate sheet of paper, just because you're working it out, trying to see if it's right. And then you're kind of crunched on time, you can say like, hey, this is problem number 14, and then just write me a note on the answer sheet saying, please see this work and make sure it's clearly noted. What else? I don't think there's any other questions to ask. Anything else? Okay, well, beyond that then, I'm just gonna let you guys work on that, what page? Let me try to pull that up there, page 476. 476.
Did we say that?
No, this is it. This is your review assignment. That's why it's random numbers, because I very specifically picked the problems that I wanted you to do. Well, while I'm at it, I'm gonna stop the video. So long, everybody.